In this video, we're going to go over episode 9 of the Bootcamp Basics for the Roland Mc707. Make sure to watch previous episodes first, since they're built up from the previous. For functions I've already covered in past episodes, I might go through fast for the sake of progress. So if you got lost, go back to previous episodes first. So we're in a new project. We have a drum and a tone track. Let's add another tone track, so press select and then choose tone, press enter. Now let's set up, so shift utility. Now we're going to go to settings. Let's scroll right to the MIDI tab. Now we're going to scroll down to track channel. I have this sending MIDI channel 13 from track 2, and that's going out through my MIDI out over to my Model D. I have track 3 set to MIDI channel 4. That's going to MIDI out over to the base station 2. Now we're going to go to track 2, press shift sound. Now let's just turn oscillator 1 to the left, so it turned it off. Go to track 3, do the same thing. Now we're going to set up the Model D on track 2. So shift select. Now go down to audio insert. So when we turn audio insert, we can see all these different lines. So we can go in external in left and right, external in just left, just right, return left, right, return left, return right, PC in, and also we can choose a track. So this is actually going to go external in left because it's a mono synth. Now scroll right to the MIDI tab. Transmit MIDI out 1, turn to on. Now we'll go down, transmit MIDI note on. So next one is control change. So the Model D does not accept MIDI CC or control change. So we'll leave that off. So now I'm going to go to shift sound. We're going to change to effect. All right, so let's turn up the volume here. I want to choose super filter. Now it's a high pass right now. So we have to assign the knob. So press knob assign. So make the top super filter filter cutoff. Make the middle super filter filter resonance. And the bottom we can leave it reverb send. Now off camera, I can also change the cutoff on the actual synth. So here's a high pass. You can also turn up the reverb. I want to change the reverb, shift reverb. Choose warm hall. Let's turn it up a little. So we have that set. Now we're going to set the base station 2 up. Shift select. Let's go back. Audio insert. Let's change that to external right. Now let's go into MIDI. MIDI out 2 on. MIDI no on. And control change on. Let's turn it up. I previously looked up the CC for the controls I want to change on the base station 2. So now if we keep scrolling down, we'll see filter, mod, and effects, CC numbers. So filter is the top knob. Let's change that to 16. Now mod CC number, I'm going to make that 82. That's going to change resonance. And the next one down, we're going to change that to 85. That's going to be the filter envelope. You can hear it apply to the filter envelope. Also in the reverse. Notice when I turn the bottom knob, it also affects the reverb level. So let's change that. So let's press knob assign. Let's just change all of these to no assignment. That way we can't mix the CCs messing around with other assignments. But we could if we wanted to. So at this point, you could set up an entire template for all of your synths in the same way if you wanted. You could save that template file so you can easily re-access all of your settings. But there's a lot more things we can do from here. We're going to do 2 sequences, one for each of the synths. So let's press shift and a step. It creates the clip, and then shift measure. Let's change the step length. Let's make it 6. So one way to enter in notes, shift pad, and we can see it's blinking. I can just put in notes. So let's play it and see what it sounds like. I can turn down the cutoff on the actual synth, also the HP up here. If I go into the note area, I can actually choose a note, and then hold this down, turn it up. It's an octave up higher. Now let's make a sequence for the base station 2. Shift clip, shift measure, change the step length. Let's make this one 5. I'm just going to enter them this way, press the note, and the step. Let's listen to that. Now for this, I want to turn up the reverb, so hold down select. We can turn up reverb that way, and also delay. And also record motion. Same over here. You can change the high pass. Turn up the reverb. So that kind of messed it up. Let's change it. Turn it down a little. Turn off the resonance. So let's go back to the drums here. I'm going to press Shift Pad. Go to MFX. Let's turn this to distortion. And we're just going to draw in a simple beat here. We're going to turn it down. So we'll play the beat. We're going to go into here, knob assign, set to decay. Let's turn it all the way down. Change that to release. And the bottom one, go all the way to the left, and then turn right 3 times, course tune. Now we can record this. And clear it, of course. Alright, so I just created some new patterns here. So I made the step length 16, the scale 1/8, and here's what I made for this. I'm going to change the cutoff resonance here. And change it up here. Then over here I did the same thing, 1/8, 16 step length, and I just entered in notes. Cutoff, that's the CC. Turn up the drums. Turn up the cutoff on the Model D. So now I want to record that in. Let's turn these up. Press here. We're on looper, press enter. We're going to make sure measure is set to 1. Press shift input, make sure record source is set to mix out. That's going to resample or record everything we hear. Now we're going to press record. Make sure we're selected right here. Volume is all the way down. Press play. So now you can listen to it. We can modify this, pitch. It's going to be very grainy, but it's just one effect we can use. We have reverb into reverse. So we just captured that in. Now we're going to add a controllable MFX to this track. So we're just going to send this over to track 5. So press track 5, change that to a tone track, shift select. We're going to go back over to audio insert. Let's turn it all the way to the right. It goes to track 4. So we're going to turn down track 4 and turn up track 5. We hear the same thing. Let's change reverse, just make it normal. Notice we don't hear the reverb. So I'm applying it. Now if I turn this down, turn this up, you can hear the reverb. Let's switch back. It's not playing through the reverb or the delay. So it goes in per track. If we want to change that, select, and then we have delay and reverb we can change. Now you can do anything you'd like from here, but I'm just going to continue repeating the process and show you some ideas of how you can manipulate the sound. And then after that process, you can have another looper and just record everything in that you want. Export the waves and then clear out everything and start over again. Shift sound, we'll just go to effect here. We're going to turn the effects to DJ effects looper. We're just going to press knob assign. Let's change the top knob, DJ effects looper speed, the middle knob, DJ effects looper length, millisecond. Bottom knob, let's change that to loop switch. You can also say map C4 all the way over to level. So I can press play. We can play around with all these new effects we just created. You can also play with these over here. So the looper switch, make it faster, make it slower. Also change the pitch, go in reverse. So we can really manipulate the sound a lot from here. That reverb sound, you can only hear it if I apply it to here. So we can hear what we're doing with both tracks. Turn it back down. So I'm going to chain this audio to track 6. So let's make that tone. We're going to repeat the last process we just did. Shift select, audio insert from track 5. Shift sound, effects. We're going to change it to time control delay. Now let's press knob assign. Top knob delay, millisecond. Middle knob, feedback. Bottom knob, balance. Press play. Turn that down. Let's turn it up here. We can hear the delay applied. Change the balance of it if we want. We can change all of these other settings as well. So we can really mess up that sound as well. Let's turn up the feedback and turn down the milliseconds. Turn up the feedback and turn up the balance. Now let's create track 7, tone. We're just going to repeat the process. Shift select, audio insert from 6, shift sound, effect. Now this one, let's just change another time control delay. We're going to do the same settings. Top knob, time control delay, delay millisecond. Middle knob, feedback. Bottom knob, balance. Let's listen to that. Change all the sounds here. So now we have a really crazy sound here. Have the volume kind of low. So we can just keep playing around with all of these settings here. Who knows what will come out of it. It's just out of control here. So we can change all the settings over here. See what it does to the sound. We can also say mix some of these differently. So here's this, then we're going back and forward here. Now we have all these sounds doing all this crazy stuff. Actually, I want to turn up the reverb on here. Just crank it as much as we can. Then change the values. Change all the values here. Just come up with something wildly different. Let's just start a new project here. Okay, so from a new project here, let's choose Shift Select on the tone track. Now I'm just going to choose external in, left, right. With my phone, it's plugged into YouTube. It's going to be playing for an old live stream that I did, so I'm just going to press play. Now we can hear it, I can turn it up. There's the signal. Now over here, we have drums. So I'm going to turn this down. Put in some kick drums. Just go into here. Now I'm just going to create a clip. So shift and a step, just created a clip. I'm going to press knob assign and C sound C4. Let's turn it all the way to level. We're going to go back into the clip, press down, make sure it's sound, press function. And now we can do motion designer. So I can change the values here. Let's make it like 36 for the minimum, 100 for that. Press enter. Now it just created a simulated sidechain kick drum. And that's live, whatever live input I have here. So I can turn it up here. Now let's press right here, tone track, shift select. Now let's turn this to track 2. I'm going to turn this down and this up. Now we can see it's without that. So this one has it. Back to the original signal, and then back to this one. Now if I change cutoff, we don't hear anything on that one. So we'd have to select that, so let's press shift sound. Now this is just going to be playing. Let's press play. Let's say this one, I want this to be panned out to the right. I can turn it up. Turn that down. Here that's panned. Pan it to the left. Now this one here, let's change the effects. Maybe to overdrive, turn it up. Turn this down here, it's panned out a little. So let's create this one. Now that's going to be a tone track, shift select, change it to track 3. Now it's coming from this effect right into here. Let's add some more. So shift sound. Let's turn this to overdrive again. So now it's like saturated. We turn this one up too. Now hold this down. Let's pan this one to the right. Turn all this down if we want. Turn these down, and it's just the synth. No drums. Turn up the drums. We can go into here, go to looper. Now what I want to do is record that in. So let's create 4 measures. This is selected. Shift input, record, mix out. Let's turn these up. I'm just going to press record here. Here we go. So that's all recorded in. Let's listen to it. Turn up the reverb. Turn the pitch. So it sounds a little grainy, but it's pretty crazy. Now let's move somewhere else in the file here. Just gonna exit, go down here, press this clip. That means we'll record here when we're ready. So let's just press record. So let's listen to that. Now we can go on any of these and export them, slice them up into a kit. So let's repeat the process. Let's go down to another clip. Let's turn this up. Let's turn it up. So now we have all these loops here we can just switch between. And those are just from playing through line in with a kick drum. And we can keep chaining effects. So I'm going to press here. Let's choose tone. Shift select. Audio insert. I'm going to change to track 5. Shift sound. Switch that over to DJ effects looper. Now we can go knob assign. Change the top to speed, the middle to length, and the bottom to switch. I can turn this down, and here we go. Now I can change, play with it. That's just the one clip, so I can exit. We can go to the other clip here. Back here, turn off the switch. Go back to that clip. Let's go here, tone track, shift select, set that track 6, turn it down. Now we're back in, shift sound. Change it to something else, maybe a chorus. Could turn it up in the reverb. We can change the values here. Switch to this. Loading a different video in here. Let's just see what happens.